Yeah, I think that's very good question, because I see nowadays, specifically I live in London, and we sometimes joke, in almost, which is not true, almost on each street there is a meditation center, Zen center, yoga center. And people younger and older nowadays, they really, this time people want to do something with their stress, with their relationship as well, because relationships with family, with love relationships are now facing some difficulty, and the work relationships, because everybody are very busy, and in some places people are maybe more relaxed, but we can also have access to news, and we get very stressed, and it's like very collective stress. And the people want to help themselves, so very, very happy nowadays people go for therapy, and also do some meditation. They say meditation classes. So I see, because I was leading groups in Poland before I moved to England, and I lead group in London, but I also lead some groups online in Russia, and recently in New York. So I can see, how people can be sometimes motivated because outside situation. And the motivation might go to just to relax. There's nothing wrong to relax, because we can be more clear, we can be more present, and we can maybe listen better, because people nowadays have it's not known nowadays. In general, we have a little bit like problem with listening. And I don't know if you know, I'm sure many of you know, that our school name is Kwan, which is from the name of Kwan Sembosal, which I'm not saying I know language, but I heard from Zen Master Seung, translation is that listen to the word, listen to the sound of the word, or sometimes listen to the cry of the word. So the word is crying, and the word is telling us something. And then we want to listen, and we see sometimes in our relations something is not going very well, so we want to do something. So people go for yoga, people go for meditation. And that calm their mind down, and as I said, they can be more present. Although there is nothing wrong about that. Zen is going a little bit further, so this present mind is the base somehow, the base of how almost like we learn how to be mirror, how to reflect the situation. And sometimes the situation is not very difficult. When we're hungry, then we go eat. Specifically in Zen Center, even we don't have to think, we have a moktak and we go eat. When we're tired, we go sleep. But sometimes situation is much more complicated. And then, so the being in mirror is very important. Just not to have many like clouds on our mind. Like, I like this, I don't like that, or this is good, this is bad. And so if we deal first with these clouds, which we produce through all our life, we actually also exposed by other people thinking. So then we have to deal with this first, and then if we can bring our mind to present moment with meditation, really help us, then we can perceive something. Someone is hungry. If I ask you, someone is hungry, what you do?
Feed them.
Yeah, feed them. Or someone may sit in front of the shops and ask us to buy some coffee or some sandwich or whatever. But it sounds quite simple, but sometimes even in this simple situation, we might start to think, is he or she is really hungry, or maybe just collecting, or maybe want to, and this thinking might appear even in this simple situation. But sometimes we face quite complicated situations. Although you see, I ask you and you answer, so you can be in the moment. Very important to also notice, I can do it. Yeah. So then we get to the core of the Zen. Zen means to be correct, keep correct situation, correct relationship, correct function, from moment to moment. Of course, easy to say, but it's quite difficult because sometimes, as I said, even we cannot keep clear mind, and we cannot be mirror because we have, like again, Zen Master Seung used to say, you see red, red. You see white, white. Someone is hungry, give him or her food. But sometimes we get attached to red, so we see red, but then we see white, we still have a red and white. Yeah, so very important first to notice I can do it, and start from simple, very simple things like dedicate time for meditation, prostration, very good prostration are very good to bring our energy. We think this is thinking energy because this is our brain. When we feel emotion, we usually feel emotion here, our shoulders, our chest, our heart. This is emotion. So this is thinking, emotion. And then we have this tanjon, or in Japanese they say hara. People who practice martial art, they know hara. So very important, just little bit below our belly button. So when we do meditation, when we do prostration, when we chant, we try to feel our center. Also, when we breathe deeper, somehow our energy, thinking energy, emotional energy going down. So we can digest, we can process, and then we can use this, and this actually exchange to something very, it's like treasure, to wisdom and compassion. So there is nothing wrong with thinking and emotion, but the problem is we get attached to thinking. We follow thinking. We build up thinking. We suppress thinking. Same with the emotion. We suppress emotion. We build up emotion. And so very important, have a time to digest process. So meditation is like washing machine. It's very Zen Master Seung style. Washing machine. So we take shower every day, let's say, and then we also, for our body, we also need shower for our mind. So very important. Have time, as you do already, meditation, prostration, very strong practice, physical practice. And we don't have actually much space to think. When we do prostration, we just follow our body movement. We don't even have to think about breathing, because breathing will follow our movement. We can feel a little bit our center, very important. And just keep our mind focused on counting. Or some people have this little mala or longer mala, and then can repeat some mantra. So it's very intense, very, very good, and somehow physically maybe demanding, but is in terms of our mind is very easy, because mind just follow. And then our center gets stronger, and then we can be clear in any situation. Even if we are not clear, if we make mistake, when we continue our practice, we can still notice mistake. And when we process and digest mistake, this mistake became our teacher, became our treasure. We have, as you probably have heard, we have some form of practice when we meditate. So, for example, very simple type of practice, we just start from counting our breath. So we set this exercise, let's say type of practice, for 10 minutes a day, and then we put the clock, and then we start from one inhalation. We don't have to even reach our center, because sometimes our breathing is not very deep. So we build up our breathing deeper and deeper. But few times we can reach our center. So one inhalation, so we have exercise for mind. 1 inhalation, 2 exhalation, 3 inhalation, 4 exhalation, 5, 6 exhalation, 7 inhalation, 8, 9 inhalation, 10 exhalation. And we go back again and again. And there will be a moment when we start thinking. So this is completely normal because we have a brain. But there will be also a moment which is brilliant. As a human, we have this skill to notice, where I am with my thinking, where I am with my counting, where I am with my counting. So then in this moment, we just go back to 1. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's a bit boring, but this is exercise for mind. And then again, we get lost, we start to think. And this noticing we call awareness. Awareness. It's very important to use awareness, not only be aware about awareness, but awareness. So I know, not to check, just to go back to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's how we build up to be present. This is one of the thing. Another, as I said, prostration very regularly, every day 108. Or if you want sometimes experiment for 100 days, 324 prostration. This is very strong practice. Also what we do now, we kind of pause our life. We put on side and we do together something which is, we feel like, maybe it's boring, but it's really inspiring. Most of my life actually, until I became mother, I could practice a lot. Then I was mother. Then I start to work, and I still work. But I feel like very important sometimes to I need to have a break and just go and sit retreat. So then we can do things together. So also our situation is pause. Our situation, our relationship are pause. We put on side, and we just keep relationship with our true self. And with all Sangha, Sangha is very empowering. And because we do things together, so we get motivated. So together action is very motivating. And so as I said, the exercise, the awareness, and what usually people do, I want to mention, if they don't practice anything with their mind, if they don't practice, they don't have anything. So usually what people do is either suppress, or they pretend they don't think, or they build up a thinking. When the thinking is built up, and sometimes it's even like family thinking way, or even country thinking way. So when we build up, then we build up some kind of like habits of thinking of ourselves, habits of thinking about the world and others. And then we get also negative beliefs a lot, which is quite difficult to deal with. In terms of emotion, people either act suddenly when they suppress very long, and they are not happy about that. Or they are not happy to have emotion. But emotions are our treasure. If we digest our emotion, we can gain lots of compassion, lots of understanding, be very curious and open. Sometimes also thinking, very important, digest thinking. There's nothing wrong with thinking. If we are not the slave of thinking, and if our brain is not our boss, then we can use our thinking. Clear thinking is very important. So it take effort, but if we even start, and I don't think we should think big, I think building up, as Seung mentions, step by step, like 10 minutes, then build up, go from time to time regularly to any Sangha. You have local Sanghas, and the help Sangha, also you get help as well. Or just practice together is enough help. Sometimes maybe you could do something for Sanghas. And then sit maybe longer retreat. Very important. I think sometimes very, very important, like I also do some talking therapy with people and they sometimes look for some spiritual, I say, very important to find direction of the group. Direction, why people meet. Is that, for the body? Is that to calm you down or maybe improve our concentration, which we all get also from when we practice Zen. But we say Zen also focus on correct situation, correct relationship, correct function. Also, very important, understanding our true self. And from understanding our true self, being connected with our true self, help others. And that sometimes is quite automatic. We don't really have to have idea how to help. Someone is hungry. Okay, do you want some sandwich or coffee? If we have money, we can buy. Or someone maybe need to talk. Okay, I have a time, we can talk, but sometimes we see, maybe this person maybe needs something else. So also this awareness growing, how we can help people. Sometimes also helping means, no, I can't help. I am not specialized with this. But we can still little bit like listen, anyone. And then we can also be very sensitive to whatever, all this world, animals and nature and human, and be sensitive how we can help. So this is very important direction, because many practice might have direction. If I own a practice, even I was delivering very recently some presentation about Bodhidharma. Yes, Bodhidharma. We have a study group in our school online, and many Buddhists think, like we can focusing on like how I can change my karma, so I can be happy. So that was the case when Bodhidharma met the Emperor Wu, who asked Bodhidharma a question. I don't know if you know a little bit the story about Bodhidharma came from India to China, but he was born in the royal family actually in South India, and was going quite like to Sri Lanka, and then he met some Buddhist teacher who was 27 patriarch, and he became 28 patriarch. Most likely his teacher was woman as well. Very interesting, because I did some research. And what happened when he came to China after some time, when he sat a little bit, he was invited to the palace of the emperor, and Emperor Wu said at that time Buddhism was very well established in China, and I think was even like maybe not yet national religion. So the Emperor Wu was very active, and he established many temples. Actually, also he established, was very interesting, because we only know him from this dialogue with Bodhidharma, established some practice to help all sentient beings. Very interesting practice. But when he met Bodhidharma, he invited him to his office, and he said, I established so many temples, Buddhist temples. I have many monks and nuns, and what did I earn? What is my merit? What is my merit? And Bodhidharma said, nothing. And then the Emperor Wu was, if you look on YouTube, there are many movies, including like fabular movie, like he got angry, but that's not necessarily the case. He was quite like puzzled and not very happy about the Bodhidharma response, and but there was a little bit more about dialogue, but I'm not gonna go there. And then he left him with this, I dedicate my life so much to develop Buddhism, and he said, I have not any merit. So he left him with this question. But because he had this advisor who was a practitioner, he told him like, well, this is the teaching, and for some reason he's already he just came to China, and he's already very needed, people listen. I don't know, because there are many different versions what's happened between Emperor Wu and Bodhidharma. One version said they meet again and Bodhidharma was teaching and Emperor Wu, but another was they never met again. But the question, the direction of Emperor Wu was quite like, I want to get something, I want to get something. It's everything about his character. Because I remember that he was quite a good guy anyway. But the point is, like, he really expected some maybe appreciation, approval. It's interesting because he also was open to question. He open to question, what did I earn? What was my merit? And so it's something like, if we want something, then we sometimes create some block. Maybe this exchange actually helped somehow this Emperor Wu, because maybe that was his block with his development. So and the teaching of Bodhidharma was, of course, much more about, when you do something, there is another moment, But sometimes we hold on something, we pull something. Oh, we were so great. I gave so great Dharma talk or something. And we pull. But there is another moment. We just bow, we leave, and then we start another part of retreat. So not holding to anything, not pulling, not be pulled by anything, which is very, very difficult. Thank you for your question.